Hi everyone, Kate from the Fold Line, and I'm here to talk new sewing pattern releases for April. Yes, April. It's been a really great month of releases, so I've got some fab patterns to talk you through. As usual, I should say, I always forget to say this, there's a blog post that goes alongside this. There's a link down below, and in that it features all the new sewing pattern releases for the last month, and I have picked a few of my favourite to talk you through. So I'm going to get cracking. The first pattern I've got to talk you through is so good. It's the Davenport dress from Friday Pattern Company. This comes in sizes 6 to 34. I absolutely love this. I think you guys are going to too. It looks like a really simple summer dress, but actually when you look at the line drawing, there's loads of good stuff going on. So I'll show you some pictures so you kind of get an idea. Lovely summer dress, long sleeves. It's got a gathered panel at the bottom. It's got a little kind of ruffle at the top of the sleeve that you can see from the pictures. Then when you have a look at the line drawing, you realise that there's loads of interesting stuff going on. So the neckline, there's gathering around the neckline. This is actually elasticated there, so you just pull that over your head. It's got these really nice little like kind of seam details, kind of sloped to the armhole, which gives it, I just really like that. I think it's really nice in terms of the cut. Ruffle on the sort of head of the sleeve. It's also got pockets, tie at the waist. I mean, what isn't to love? There's also, I'll show you a picture so you can see, there's a really nice detail at the bottom of the sleeves. It's got this like little gathered kind of ruffle at the bottom. I really love a summer dress or a spring sort of dress that's a bit longer. I've got a longer sleeve option because I find the UK is always quite chilly. It's just lovely, and it's got a great size range as well. So for me, this is an absolute win. Right, next up, very exciting, Fibre Mood Edition 14. For anyone who hasn't come across them before, this is a Belgium-based sewing pattern magazine. It's in English, and you get 12 sewing patterns with each magazine, and then there are variations on top of the 12, so you end up with sort of at least 1 or 2 variations per pattern, so there's quite a lot of bang for your buck. I love it. So the beginning of the magazine has almost like a lookbook, so you look through and you can see all of them, everything sort of styled nicely. Then there's a couple of double page spread of all the different line drawings of the patterns that are featured in the magazine, and I'm flipping through and showing you some of those now so you can get an idea of what's included. And then at the back there are instructions. The instructions at the back are quite minimal, but you can also go onto their website. There's a link in the magazine that lets you go on and download full kind of more detailed instructions. Whew, that was quite a mouthful. So beautiful, beautiful shapes. I mean, you've seen now some of the vision. I absolutely love the summer dress. I can't remember what the name of this one is. I think it must be the Joy dress. Yes, the Joy dress, that stripy dress is beautiful. They're just really nice shapes. They're all quite simple. They often have, which they do in this one, a couple of kids patterns as well, which is really nice. They sometimes have a knitwear pattern in there. So it's a really nice, if you're feeling like a bit meh about getting back into sewing, and I know a lot of us are after what has been a very odd year, this is a really nice kind of way of doing it. It's quite inspiring. You can see them styled in different ways, and they often have pictures of the same dress in a couple of different fabrics, which I find really useful because you kind of get more of an idea. So yeah, I'm very delighted to have edition 14. I think it's fab. Right, next up, moving on to something a little more comfy. We've got the Marlin sweatshirt from Closet Core Patterns. This comes in sizes 6 to 20. I will say that the Closet Core Patterns have extended size range in PDF, but I'm just referring to paper, which is the ones that we have, because I don't want to confuse everyone. But there is an extended size range available on their site. Well, this is part of a set, so there's the Marlin sweatshirt and the plateau joggers, so you can get both and make it into a set, but I wanted to talk about the top because I thought it was really interesting. It's got some really lovely details and the shape is cool. Like, I haven't seen anything kind of like this before. So, jersey, so sewing with stretch here, jog it like a sweatshirt, but with nice detail. So the thing that's really interesting, and I've never seen anything like it before, is this lovely, there's a seam line that comes from the sort of armhole down towards the front, so sort of slants down. And there's this channel sewn at the bottom, which you can either leave you can leave as just the hem, or you can make it into this interesting channel where you thread through some fabric, and you can see it makes this really nice sort of ruche detail at the front of the sweatshirt. There's also a version that crosses over at the front, and it looks more like a hoodie, and it does have a hood as well. And it's got that kangaroo pocket, and it's also, it's cut actually quite low, so it wraps and comes right down sort of, I guess, almost to your waist. I thought it was really interesting. Again, I haven't seen anything like this in a hoodie pattern. They've just got clever details on them, which a lot of closet core patterns have. And I think that's a really nice one. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm not really ready to embark into making dresses and stuff for summer, then I thought this would be quite a nice sort of spring quick sew, but with some nice interesting details, so you'd learn something while you're making it. Next up, we've got the Chloe dress from Michaela Crates, and this comes in sizes 6 to 22. This is a lovely summer dress. I'm feeling, the sun is shining today, so I'm feeling quite like summer is on the way. I put this one in because I saw, when I was doing my Sew the Trends video, I saw quite a lot of dresses like this on the high street, and actually at the point that I did the video, this pattern hadn't been released in any way. Now it has, so I think this is quite on trend for this summer, and it's a very, very simple, lovely make as well. So I think if you're in like the beginner camp and you've got 1 or 2 dresses under your belt, I think this would be a really nice one to make. So it's very simple, got bust darts, thin straps, and then you can either pick between just one layer, like a gathering just underneath the bust, and then it kind of goes down, it's sort of a midi length, or you can have 2 layers of the gathering, which I think looks lovely. There are also options to have tie at the top of your shoulders as well, but, oh sorry, excuse me, it's a really lovely pattern, and I think you could get quite a lot of wear of it out of it. I think you could also make this, shorten it and make it into a top as well if you wanted to. So I was really feeling summery, so I thought this one is definitely worth a mention. Next up I've got, oh gosh, I picked this one and then I didn't think how to pronounce it. Actually the next few are going to be tricky for me to pronounce. So the next one is the Sherazade dress from I Am Patterns. Apologies to any French speakers because I know that was incorrect. This comes in sizes 6 to 18. I loved this, and I thought this is something that a lot of us would wear and enjoy wearing. Lovely summer dress, but it just looks so comfortable. So if I show you the line drawings, you'll get an idea. It's actually really simple as well. So it's got a seam down the centre front, it's got grown on sleeves. The really interesting detail is that it's got this shaped seam line, kind of V shape from just underneath the bust, and it's gathered. So basically it's a sort of dress that you can eat as much as you like in and no one will ever know. It just looks so comfortable, and I can see this being worn by loads of people. It's a great one if you're going to the beach. I could just pop it on as like a beach sort of cover up. But I really like the shape of it, and I really like, I'll show you the picture where you can almost see the side seams meeting. It just makes for a really interesting cut because at the back of the dress it's got the same V as well, which is great. So it's a really nice simple make, and 2, I just think it will be so comfortable. I think everyone should make one of these because I just think it's going to be lovely to wear. Just for, you know, even if we're not going to the beach, floating around the garden, I think it will be a really nice one. So yeah, I was really excited, and they've released, it's part of their summer collection, so they've released a few patterns, so they're definitely worth going and having a look at some of their other ones because they've got some nice ones. So up next, I've sort of broken the rules a little bit. Usually if a designer releases multiple patterns, I only talk about one of them, but I had to talk about both of them because they're so nice. So the two new patterns from Deer and Doe. Again, apologies to the French speakers. The first one is the orchardy dress and blouse. This comes in sizes 6 to 16. I will note again with this, there is an extended size range which is available as a PDF only on their site. So I think they go up to a size 22, UK 22. I absolutely adore this dress. It's got a sort of 40s tea dress feel about it, but it's more modern than that. So let's have a look at the line drawing, and you can see it's got this lovely, kind of the core detail is it's got gathering into this quite kind of deep waistband, almost looks like a kind of, it's like a sewn in waistband, and it's, you know, proper, it's got proper, you know, weight to it. Gathering on to the skirt, lovely kind of slightly puff sleeves, buttons at the front. I just think you'll wear this so much. It's such a beautiful dress. I love the length as well, kind of the midi dress. I think that looks fantastic. The blouse option of this as well, I absolutely adore. You can see from this, it's cut so that it sits kind of on your waist, so it's almost cropped. You could definitely extend the little peplum if you wanted to make it a bit longer. But I think this would look lovely over jeans. Again, another lovely kind of useful kind of pattern. I think I love this one because if you spend a bit of time getting the fit right, you'll have a really beautiful blouse and a really beautiful dress, and they look quite, you know, they do look very different. So yeah, it's a beautiful one. So definitely worth having a look at. The other one, which is the harder one to pronounce, is the coquillotte dress. Oh gosh, if my GCSE French teacher could see me now, she would be livid. This comes also in sizes 6 to 16, and again they have an extended size range in PDF on their site. This is a really nice, beautiful, simple, classic summer dress. Princess seams, darts below the bust, seam line at the waist, and it comes in two lengths. You can either make it in the sort of maxi version or the sort of knee length version, and then it's got this really lovely ruffle around the bust. It's got a sort of squarish neckline as well, and then it's quite low at the back. I just think it's just so beautiful. It's really elegant, kind of understated. And if you love the shape of this, I think you could make it without the ruffle if you didn't want it, to make it a bit more simple. But again, just a really good classic shape that I think you could get out every summer and love wearing. So yeah, quite excited about that. The last thing I've got to talk to you about is the, again, I've slightly broken the rules because I usually talk about one. Liberty have released a new collection of patterns. There are 4 of them, and I'm not going to talk about each one of them, but I just thought I should, it's a kind of public service announcement if you haven't seen them yet. There are 4 patterns, they're really beautiful. A couple of them have already sold out actually, and we have reordered, so there are more coming. But they're just really lovely ones. I will say that these are a collaboration with McCall, so McCall's print McCall's print their patterns for them. So I think they are old designs that have been reimagined using Liberty fabrics. So yes, but they are fab and really nice shapes, and they look incredible. So if you're feeling like you want to treat yourself this bank holiday, go and buy some Liberty fabric and then have a look at the patterns to see what you think. Right, that is it from me. I hope everyone in the UK, it's bank holiday weekend, have got some nice plans, a bit of sewing, you know, booked in, and we'll be back soon with another video. Bye!